I am living my dreams, and it was only recently that I realized it. Dreams are not as difficult or complicated as we make them. Some dreams are easier to obtain than others. Some are still with us, and others sadly have drifted away. If we look back at our childhood, our innocence, and the parts of ourselves we so easily neglect, we can see the simplicity of our dreams. What we longed for as children, the experiences we wanted, the hopes that we whispered to ourselves, they had a normalcy to them. When we stare into space even now, the places we escape to have traces of who we hope to be and how we long to live. At every step, our dreams are around us, sometimes fingertips away. Hi, I'm Ray. Bienvenue chez moi. Welcome to my home where bliss lives. This is my story of how going to a farm, a peach orchard, is me living my dreams. I hope herein you will be inspired to find ways to live your dreams too. I grew up in the city. We didn't go many places besides school, church, and home. On the weekends, we'd go shopping to get groceries or school clothes. On very rare and special occasions, we went out to eat at places like Baker Square. Or our parents would treat us to our regular watering holes, as my father called them. Places like the yellow shop on the corner that sold gyros, the Maxwell's up the street, the Mexican bakery down the way from the eye doctor, and one of 3 Chinese food places. But I wanted more. I wanted to explore. I had an aching, almost desperate desire for adventure. I played outside here and there with my 2 siblings who were closest to me in age after homework or Saturday chores. But it wasn't enough. I wanted to see the world, kind of like that song composed and written by Stephen Sondheim, Take Me to the World. Barbra Streisand did a version with Antonio Banderas too. I like hers the most. If I were to express how I felt, it would probably go something like this. I want to see the world. The clouds take me to the world. Out where I can dream out loud. Let me see the world. A world of skies with sunsets at sunrise and days that fill my eyes with blue. Take me to the world that's real, see who I become. Out where I can laugh and run free under the sun. Let go my hand, I'll say when I arrive. Take me to the world where I can be alive. I wanted clean, full, and free, unlimited fun. I wanted to go places I'd never been, see things I'd never seen, get my hands dirty and be out in nature and the fresh air. I felt like it was my destiny to defy the odds and traditions, and I wanted my days to be filled with what was seemingly uncommon to someone like me, an American girl of African descent whose faith-focused lifestyle and upbringing kept her sheltered. My sister tells me that my desire to always be doing something kept me asking my parents if we could go places like fun parks and malls. She says I liked being outside more than she did and would ask and ask and ask until one day I stopped. If I remember correctly, this was when I learned the concepts of delayed gratification and, quote, one day, unquote. I got a lot of no's, which is why I still have a hard time with it to this day. All my denied requests for adventure became hopes and prayers cried to God in secret. And after all 5 of my older siblings had gone, there was no one left to play with me. I was left to my own devices, which were television and books, which I enjoyed inside. Through these devices, I began to dream and pray again inwardly for the adventure that I once asked for out loud, and I continued in this way into adulthood. But I tell you, a delayed answer is not the same as unanswered one, and a not yet from God is not the same as a no from man. Ecclesiastes 3:1 of the King James Version of the Word says, "To everything there is a season and a time, to every purpose under heaven." If not for that time in my life, I would not have made it to this one, where I'm growing and healing from the sadness of hearing no, the trauma of being alone, the hurt of denied and suppressed hopes and dreams. My time is now and my purpose is becoming clear. With God's permission and following His lead, I have started to actively pursue the dreams that were put on a shelf to wait for one day. I no longer wait for one day, but strive to live on purpose each day. I'm curating a life of bliss, thriving in purpose, one moment at a time. I have the luxury of escaping into the worlds created in prose or film, and the freedom to get up and drive to an orchard like the one you see in this video, simply for fun, to enjoy and capture the fresh breeze through the leaves, the blue and cloud-filled skies, to pick fruit off of trees, taking the good with the bad and chalking it all up to experience. I'm at rest with and in wonder of the birds chirping, the bees and butterflies pollinating, eating ice cream as I watch the flowers sway in the wind. I see clearly that dreams are not always as big or impossible as we make them, and that aggrandizing a dream to protect against the hurt of not getting it is worse than not dreaming at all. Our dreams can be as big as orbiting in space or as small as hosting dinner with friends. They can be as simple as desiring a life filled with beauty and bliss and little adventures. Whatever your dreams are, they can become true. If you take the time to think about it, you may realize, like I did, that they already have.